Hey there and welcome back to another kind of weekly vlog. It's actually Wednesday at the time I'm recording this, so a little bit different, which I'll explain later. Anyway, we've got a super fun week ahead of us. We're going to go to a Brazilian steakhouse on Friday for a date, which is going to be so fun. I hope I can vlog some of it. We've been wanting to go for over a year. And then on Saturday, I have a mentorship meeting in the morning with Blair Lamb, she's a YouTuber as well. I'll link her channel below. I personally love her videos, but she's gonna do a mentorship meeting with me about my YouTube channel and something I'm kind of in the process of launching right now. More updates to come. And then I also am gonna be on a podcast and I'm leading worship at church on Sunday. So very busy, kind of fun weekend. I thought might as well share it with you guys. So welcome to my week. If you are an oldie, not an old person, if you are an oldie who watches my channel, welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Katie and I typically make videos about foster care, adoption, motherhood, and just general lifestyle content that I find fun or entertaining. If you're not subscribed yet and that interests you, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And also, if you like this video, if you could click that thumbs up, it really helps my videos make it out there so more foster adoptive families or people who just enjoy this type of cozy homey vlog can find my videos. So, as I mentioned, it's kind of a crazy week. It's Wednesday. I've not yet been to work this week because Monday was President's Day. And yesterday we had no school because we had a snow day, which they called the night before, which was amazing to have that knowledge. And then today we also had a snow day. So it's been a pretty amazing week, can't complain. I am currently in the house by myself. So I am a foster and adoptive mom, and right now my youngest is actually with my parents for like a week with them. My parents are saints. They took her to give us a little bit easier of a time. There's just been a lot going on, a lot of adjustment. We have two older kids who we are fostering to adopt, and they've been with us for a little over 6 months. They are not officially adopted by us yet, and so I do not ever show them on camera. I do sometimes show our youngest Brielle because she's adopted, she's allowed to be on camera. But I also think that kids, like the older kids' age, I don't know if I would have wanted to be on camera at that age. They don't know I even have a channel. And so I just try to keep their privacy and not really include them in the videos at all. So that being said, if you're kind of like, why does she say she's a mom, but like her kids are never in the video? That's why. So while the kids are outside shoveling with Nick, I want to show you something that is honestly like one of the best sanity savers I've ever done as a parent, which is this room right here. Notice how completely clean and spotless this room is. I'm going to be honest with you, it is like this a lot of the time. And I know I sound like maybe really full of myself, but wait till I show you what the downstairs looks like. The downstairs is my kids' living area, so let me show you that really quick. This is what the kids' living room looks like. So as you can see, pretty terrible, but if I don't come down here, I don't have to worry about it. Basically, as you can probably guess, this room is like kind of more of the adult living room. Not that kids are not welcome in here. I call it the peaceful room. This is the peaceful room, and downstairs is the wild, crazy living room. So this room is for reading, watching a show on your tablet, sitting and talking with a parent or with each other. I do let them bring up like Magnetiles, those toys up here, and play, which we bought really cheap Magnetiles. Like they at least we got them on sale, but they're like the cheaper version. They work just the same. I'm gonna link those down below for you parents because even our 10-year-old is obsessed with them. So we allow toys, puzzles, sometimes there's like action figures, but everything has to be cleaned up and put away as soon as they're done. Whereas downstairs, we don't have that expectation as much because we honestly don't really use the downstairs living room that often. And it's also where like our big TV is, so they can watch TV, relax, all that stuff. But I'm telling you, as someone who is very easily overstimulated by loud noises, really messy rooms, all that stuff, which I know if you're my parents watching this, that's rich because I always had a messy room. As an adult, I feel very overstimulated by it. And so this is like the peaceful room where if kids are running and being crazy, I can say, that's not where we do that downstairs. Or if they're like making a big mess, I can say, that's a downstairs activity. And then they know that this room is kind of reserved for that peaceful, quiet nice activity. Look, even Suki is relaxing in here. So this is definitely like my favorite room in the house. I also just love just the look of it. My husband and I put in this board and batten when we moved in the house. This used to be like natural wood, tan walls, like it was kind of blah looking, but it does have this like tray ceiling. But yeah, we added this in and I just love it. I think this room looks like so much classier than any other part of our house. So that is why it's the peaceful room. So if you're a parent and you have the ability, if you have 2 living spaces, I'm telling you, it is a game changer. I feel so much more relaxed in this room, and I know that I can kind of let downstairs be crazy, and then that's kind of nice for the kids too, to be able to be crazy and jump on furniture and do whatever downstairs. The other nice thing is this is one of the first rooms that people will come into when they come in our house. They enter in through our dining room and then they come in here, so when we have guests, we don't have to do a ton of cleaning every single time someone comes over, unless of course we want them to be able to go downstairs as well. Anyway, now that I've given you that little tour, I just thought I'd show you. I am going to go ahead and make hamburgers for lunch while the kids are shoveling. There's a lot of snow outside. I'll have to show you. Okay, do you see how much snow is piled up on those chairs? It's been snowing a ton here. So there's our grill. We have 2 grills right now because we had one we were getting rid of. There's our grill covered in snow. And then Nick is, I don't know if you can see him. I can see him really clearly, probably not. He's shoveling off our trampoline. So fun times. Okay, so I'm making zucchini to have with our hamburgers, and this is my favorite way of seasoning. I usually put in avocado oil or olive oil, and sorry if you hear my dog whining, it's because she's sad that everyone else is outside except for her and me. I used to mince my own garlic because when we lived abroad, that's what we always did. I decided I don't have time to be that snobby, so I started buying this type, and then I usually just season it with quite a bit of onion powder, honestly, and then a little bit of garlic salt, and I just like mix it all in. Sometimes I'll toss it first in like a bowl before I put it in here, but this is just a nice thing to have with hamburgers. It's just like a nice alternative to just eating french fries or whatever. We usually do have like chips too, but yeah, then we're not eating so many chips, we're eating at least a vegetable. So that is what's for lunch. I might make something else too, but I'm not sure. All right, and here's our big secret for how we make our hamburgers taste so good. Soy sauce. You might be thinking of like, doesn't soy sauce make your food taste like, your hamburgers taste like Chinese food? No, it doesn't. It makes the meat a lot juicier and less dry. I think it like kind of tenderizes it a little bit. We use it on hamburgers, we use it on steak sometimes, and we get a lot of compliments on our grilling and cooking of meats. So I do think that that makes a big difference. I think a lot of people just don't try it because they think, oh, it's kind of weird. But we don't use a ton, we just use a little bit. I can kind of show you. So typically what I'll do is I'll put this on first, and I'll just pour like I guess that was kind of a lot. I'll kind of pour it on, and then, sorry, this one's like weird because I realized I kind of want to maybe put all the seasoning in it and then turn it into a patty, so I may be kind of restructuring these, but I just kind of rub it in, and then I put the seasoning on top, and then I do the same thing to the other side. So that's what makes it so delicious. Soy sauce. Hey there, it is now about 2 o'clock, and I am currently working on editing part 2 of our Universal trip vlog, which will definitely be up by now, so I'll link that above. For those of you who don't know, my husband and I went on a trip to Universal Orlando, and it was just the 2 of us. We did not take our kids. It was a little spontaneous getaway weekend. We got a really great deal, and my parents had offered to watch our kids for the weekend, so we went for 4 days in the park, and it was absolutely amazing. So as you can see here, I'm working on editing and getting everything put together, and then I'll be posting it for tomorrow. Nick is in a meeting downstairs right now, but he just went and got us secret ice cream while our kids are in quiet time. we're great parents right now. I'm really coming across as an amazing parent. Our kids do quiet time like 2 hours a day. And since it's a snow day, they're home. So they're playing in their rooms and enjoying some time. And then later they'll be able to come out and watch TV for that hour. So we got some secret ice cream. And I think I'm going to give the kids Girl Scout cookies tonight because we bought some and they don't know that. So I'm going to enjoy my secret ice cream, get some editing done, and I'll catch up with you later. Oh, also, I just found out that Blair actually cannot do the mentorship session with me this weekend because I was actually supposed to do it on Monday. And right now there's like crazy snowstorms everywhere, obviously including here, but also in Texas where she is. And so we were trying to reschedule, but now she just found out that they might not even have power by this weekend. That'd be almost a full week without power. So I totally understand. That is absolutely crazy. So I probably won't be having that mentorship session this weekend. So that'll be moved back, but I am looking forward to getting together with her and talking. Hey there, I am back in the peaceful room, my favorite room of the house. And I feel like I don't usually get to film in here because normally my kids are around, but they're in bed right now. So today has felt long and short at the same time. Basically, we ate lunch, kids had quiet time. I can't remember if I checked in then. I straightened my daughter's hair because she's been begging me. We also caved in and ordered pizza because one of our kids had a counseling appointment and it was just late, and you know how it goes. So we ended up ordering pizza, and yeah, I've just been doing some housework, some chores. I mean, thankfully, like I said, this room is pretty much always clean, but my room is a completely different story. If you're a mom, you probably understand. I don't know. You can tell me. Do you feel like if your room is clean, then the rest of the house is messy? And if the rest of the house is clean, then your room is terribly messy? Because if so, right there with you. That's how it always is here. Like if I have the rest of the house put together, I guarantee you that behind my closed door, it is an absolute mess. And that just happens to be the case a lot of the time. So I will say my room isn't horrible right now. I have been cleaning it. It just feels like every time, because our room is right off of the dining room here, it feels like whenever there's random stuff like left out that we just don't know what to do with, it ends up in our room, which is really annoying. Do not recommend that. So then there ends up being like kids stuff in there and random stuff, and it's not that big of a room, so it just gets a little crowded, and then I have to sort through all of it. So that's what I've been doing. Anyway, just thought I'd check in. Tomorrow I will have to go to school, but the kids do not have to go. So it's not a snow day. Tomorrow is our scheduled COVID vaccination day, and so I will be going to get my vaccine, but we also have to work all day, which I kind of thought was weird. I thought they would just like give everybody the day off and have people just come in for their appointment, but we still have to like just catch up on random work in our classroom. So, and we have had 2 snow days in a row and no work this week, so it'll be a little interesting. I definitely do have work I need to catch up on, especially for my online kids that I have. I'm a teacher, if I didn't mention that. I'm a teacher, I teach in a public school, teach English as a second language. And so yeah, our COVID vaccination day is tomorrow. So really interested to see if I have any side effects from that or what it's like. I'll check in tomorrow and let you know how it goes. I just love this room so much. Oh, I disturbed Suki. She does this thing, I call it her bow. It's just her stretch, but she always does it right in front of us. You're so cute. You're so cute. Thought I'd show you my room really quick to show you what I'm talking about. So you can see it's not horrible, but there's a lot of random stuff. This is the package to my ring light that I bought myself. I can link it below if anyone's interested. I don't know if anyone's in the market for one of those, but I really like the one I got. Came with this case and stuff right there. And then I'm also burning the candle my sister got me for Christmas, so really like it. Hey there, it is now, I don't know, almost 6 at night on Thursday, and today I got my COVID vaccination. I feel fine right now. I barely have any pain like where they did it, but yeah, so I'm getting ready right now for, I have ladies night for our house church, which is kind of like our small group for church. So once a month, the ladies all go to one house and the guys go to another house, and it's pretty nice because the girls all get to talk and the guys get to talk. And so So yeah, I'm super excited about ladies' night, and I'm really thankful that I'm not feeling any like negative side effects. Although I have heard the second one is where people mostly get their negative side effects. So I'm just gonna enjoy myself for now, and I might check back in later. Tomorrow, I'm really excited because that's the night we're going to Brazilian Steakhouse, which reminds me I need to go make a reservation. Hey there, it is Friday and I'm back from school. I don't actually know if I mentioned this. Maybe I did. I can't remember if I mentioned that my parents had my youngest daughter, Brielle, for the past almost a whole week. Did I not mention that? I think I mentioned it. Anyway, she's coming home in like a few minutes, so I get to see her for a little bit. And then tonight is Nick and I's date night, so we're gonna go out to get Brazilian steak. And then, yeah, so I'll probably bring you along for part of the date night because I think it'll be fun to record some of it. If you've never been to Brazilian Steakhouse, it's really amazing. They like bring around these huge skewers of like different types of meat, steak, chicken, all sorts of stuff. And you kind of like cut off pieces and you get to try a bunch of it. It's pretty pricey. My husband actually grew up in Brazil, so he's like very used to the delicious Brazilian steak, and so we have to go every so often so he can relive his days growing up in Brazil. So I will catch up with you later, maybe when we're going on our date. Nick, where are we going?
We are going to the Brazilian Steakhouse.
Yes.
Yes, in case you're wondering, I did join the bride squad.
Oh yeah, Nick has bride squad. I don't know if you can see that. Bride squad sunglasses on over his glasses because he's really cool.
Yeah, yes. Also because my glasses broke and it was really sunny, so
yep.
My eyes are sensitive.
They are.
It's worth it.
But yeah, we're really excited about going to get steak. I don't know if I mentioned this, but we've attempted to go here like probably this is the 4th time. So one time it was closed, like temporarily. One time we tried to go and it was like a weeknight and they weren't open on that weeknight. One time we tried to go and like it said they had a ton of open reservations, and then we showed up, they had none. So I made a reservation. We're on time. We should make it there.
Should be good to go.
We should be good. So maybe I'll show you clips of our food if I get a chance, but I feel very awkward, so there may not be much. So there it is. What do you think of your food?
It's pretty good. This marinated chicken is delicious.
It is.
And then I got bacon wrapped chicken next.
Good morning, it's Saturday now. I realized I did not check in at all yesterday because we got home and we're just like enjoying ourselves. We're super full of steak from our delicious meal. It was so good. The only downside was they didn't have filet mignon, and because you don't always know exactly what they're gonna have, and they didn't have any, and that's our favorite, but it was still amazing. And some of the things that weren't like steak really surprised us, because like sometimes I have chicken or whatever, but they had this marinated chicken there that was so good. Oh, the other thing is that we were looking at houses last night. We were in the market, kind of. Our house, we love it, but it's also just not in like the greatest neighborhood. And so for our kids' safety and just being able to play outside, like we just personally don't feel comfortable having our kids play out front very much, like on the sidewalk and stuff. I know other kids in the neighborhood do, but I just personally don't feel like for our kids that it's a good setup. Sometimes people drive really fast down the street, but we love our actual house. We're just kind of like looking for something in a different neighborhood. And there's a house that's on the market and everything is going like, damn, so fast. I really hope we can see it today. It's really cool. So we'll see. We've looked at multiple houses and they've all gone depending either right before we looked at them or while we were looking at them. And so, you know, you just never know. But anyway, I am all showered and dressed. I'm heading out to worship practice at church in the new building. So I don't know if I'll be able to get any footage in there. I just feel kind of awkward doing that. But it is really pretty. It's like stained glass and all this stuff. We used to be in a gym. Our church has been meeting in a gym as long as we've gone there, which is like 5 years basically. So it's pretty nice to have a building. And I really, last Sunday was my first time in there, so it's pretty cool. So a lot has happened since I last checked in. I went to worship practice. It was fine. It was kind of long. And then I got home and we wanted to go see houses, which I mentioned earlier. So we just looked at a house that was literally so awful. So awful. And And I didn't expect it to be that awful because the price is pretty high. And it was terrible. There was mouse poop on window ledges. There were such shoddy finishes all throughout the house. It was terrible. Do you have anything to add?
Oh gosh, what is there not to add? It was a nightmare. I would not have paid $100,000 less than the price it was listed at to live in that house.
Agreed.
Yeah, the person did all their own tile, like framing around the doors, and it looked like a toddler did it. It
was horrible. It was so gross
dreadful
in there. It was just like the tile was all wonky, and popping up in certain spots in this one room. And the one room that was probably one of the nicer rooms of the house was like two times smaller than what we expected to be based on the picture. So it was absolutely horrendous. We were just talking to my mom, and Nick just said, even if we were to set multiple rooms in our house on fire, our house would still be better than that house. And it was so much, and it cost so much less than the one we just looked at. So we're going to look at one more in a different area. So we're actually going to go look at one in the town where I work, because we live in a different town than the town I work in. So that's what we're going to do. I'm really hoping it'll be better. It's also very close to all of the main things in town. We'd be probably 5 minutes from a Target?
Oh yeah.
We would be very close. So that's kind of a dream. So we're gonna go look at that house soon, and we'll check in and let you know what we think. Okay, so it's officially Wednesday. And I think the last time I recorded anything was maybe Sunday, maybe Saturday. I don't remember. Let's just say that the last 4 days or so have just been very stressful. I can't remember. I think I had explained we were going to look at houses. We looked at one. It was completely terrible. We looked at a second one, and we really liked it. It checked a lot of boxes for us. I am usually a very decisive person when it comes to big decisions, like getting married. I felt very confident about that. Moving overseas, felt very confident about that. Adopting a kid, felt very confident about that. Picking my major, all of those things. Little decisions are usually where I'm like, what ice cream flavor should I get? I don't know. What if I choose the wrong one and I'm disappointed? But big decisions, I'm usually really decisive. And let's just say that with this house, I was not decisive. I kept being back and forth. I think it could be really good for our family to move in many ways, but then in other ways, I'm thinking it could be financially stretching us more than I really want to be stretched, because we have it pretty sweet in our current house. And Nick was more confident, I think, in the decision to say yes, because he's watched the market for a long time, and he knew that he had not seen any houses anywhere close to this one that checked all the boxes. And however, I think I have gotten used to the fact that our house payment is quite low, and so we have now this flexibility in our budget that, we wouldn't have if we moved into a more expensive house. And I was just so back and forth, and we did end up putting an offer down. And at first I was like, okay, I think this is good. And then the next morning I woke up and I was like, what have we done? What if they accept our offer? And to be fair, we did lowball, and we knew we weren't going to go above a certain amount because we didn't want to push it too far. But oh my goodness, I was so stressed. And they had until the next day at 3 p.m. to either accept or reject. Thankfully, they rejected. I was getting to the point where I was like, I think we need to write a letter and get ourselves out of this contract before they accept. Which probably wasn't that necessary because, like I said, they seem pretty decisive about saying no. I think that we're kind of in a spot right now where unless we find the perfect house at a lower price point than that one, I think we're gonna stick to staying in this house for a few more years. Our house, for the price we paid, is huge and has the spaces we need. And so I think we're gonna stay here. And instead of looking for houses, I think we may do a couple projects around this house to make it kind of a little, fresher for us, since we have that little wiggle room in our budget. So we were talking about renovating the bathroom downstairs, potentially, all sorts of things. So anyway, I have rambled on for far too long. So thank you so much for watching. As always, if you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And also don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more of my vlogs or my other adoption content and the like. So I'm curious to know if I did any renovations in the house or cleaning projects, would you guys be interested in seeing that? I know I do a lot of adoption and foster care content, but I also like to kind of branch out a little bit. So tell me some non-adoption and foster care themed ideas for videos you'd like to see in the comments below. Hope you're having an awesome and less stressful week than I just had. See ya!